Hello and welcome again to e-cig Review. Today we're going to review a juice from My Freedom Smokes. And this is going to be cheesecake. Let's see if we can get the focus working on that. All these bottles are hand lettered. There's this actually says, looks like on the screen, blueberry cheesecake. And I think I remember trying to get extra flavor in it because he has that option. You can mix in other things with your, custom mixed flavors. Well, anyway, as you can see, I'm about to suffer a deficit on this fluid. We won't go into why right this second, but there is a reason. Alright, let me square this focus back away. And that looks pretty close. Alright, so, going to be doing this review with a 901 pass-through SLB, the real thing. Guess it doesn't really matter. I could use a battery mod or anything, but this has a wire and I don't have to fool with it. I'm going to go ahead and put some of this in there, in fact. Let's see. Targeting the atomizer. And dropping a couple of little bombs. Man, I better stop. I don't want to go crazy. I've got a card already filled up with it, which I hate to do a spoiler, but that's kind of where a lot of this has gone. Alright, all set up. So, first things first, let's see how, I don't know, throat hit? Doesn't that sound right? I think that's first. Throat hit is mild. It's noticeable. My scale on throat hit is from 1 to 10, and that is 1 being hello, is this turned on, and 10 being more than a bull elephant would really want to tackle. So I'm going to call this, and 5 obviously, and the middle ground would be what I consider perfect. It's all about a complete lack of objectivity because it's a review, and all I can tell you is what I think of it. This is going to be in the throat hit category, probably a 3, maybe a 4. I don't like a brutal, totally raped my throat hit, but I do like a little. And this has just a little more than a little. It's right around just short of perfect. A little bit more would have been perfect, but it's good. It's enough. I think it's better. First shot there kind of flooded. The flavor is definitely cheesecake. The cheesecake climbs right out of the atomizer and smacks you square in the face. It's got the proper sweetness. It tastes like you just swallowed a mouthful of cheesecake, and that aftertaste that lingers and you wish you had some more but you don't. Yeah, that's it. It tastes exactly like cheesecake, going in and coming out. It smells like cheesecake. The room starts smelling like cheesecake. It's not overpowering. It's not, you walk in and, somebody's baking a cheesecake, but you walk by, I thought I smelled cheesecake. And then you start looking for it. But it's a very good flavor. My wife loves this stuff. As a consequence, get a little low on the cheesecake because I've been refilling cartomizers end after end with it. It works great in cartomizers, thin enough it goes in there. The dropper bottles, they're not decaying, obviously. He makes his own juice. And the dropper bottles are less than 20 drops to the milliliter. In other words, this pertains mostly to filling a cartomizer for those who care. Normally you put like 18 drops in an empty cartomizer. Maybe 20 and you're okay. I've got 24, and that's unheard of without, overrunning and flooding and not being non-functional. So the drops are a little smaller. Not a good thing, not a bad thing, it's just a sign of a different bottle. Anyway, so the taste, the flavor is great. Vapor production, now we're going to go crazy here and just see how much vapor I can get out of this stuff. It's good. Let me turn to the side here a little bit. "24 is this?" No, 18. Man, my atomizer's working good today. Plenty of vapor. The flavor, I would have rated probably, I'm going to rate the flavor about a 7. I would rate it higher because it was really good. I wanted to get back to that because I realized I forgot it. The reason behind that is, and it's really not the cheesecake's fault, it's the blueberry's fault. Blueberry is a very subtle flavor. And when I got blueberry cheesecake, I was expecting blueberry and cheesecake. Well, there's a limit to what your tongue can handle, for starters, I have to presume. And cheesecake is a very strong flavor. As a consequence, the blueberry gets annihilated and thrown in the back of the bus because the cheesecake comes steamrolling through. And really, the cheesecake is what you're going to notice the most. Now, if you put this in a vaped out cartomizer, as an example, it would probably work with a cartridge. I don't know why it wouldn't. It's the same theory. If you dump this in like a blueberry cartomizer, the blueberry starts fighting back. And it doesn't win, but it's a hell of a fight. But the blueberry mixed in with the cheesecake is just a little short, maybe. I'm going to give it a 7 because it's supposed to be blueberry cheesecake, and quite frankly, the blueberry by itself didn't even make the score. And the cheesecake would have been a 10 by itself. The two together, because of blueberry, you just can't even, it's so faint, you can tell it's in there, but it is so faint that you really, it's got to be first thing in the morning before your cup of coffee or you won't know. So, as a consequence, got a 7 in flavor, should have got higher. Regular cheesecake would have, because it would have just supposed to taste like cheesecake, and that's what it would have tasted like. Vapor production, as you saw, ample. That's at least an 8. You know, that's really good. And for whatever reason, is really strong in this atomizer today. So I'm going to say at least an 8, probably a 9. Let me try that again because that looked like one preposterous cloud. Oh yeah, that's a 9. You know, I used to have a Plymouth Satellite that burned almost a gallon of oil per tank of gas, and it couldn't make a cloud like that. It had 214,000 miles on it. Wait, I'm wrong. 274,000 miles on it. It's a miracle damn thing even started. Yeah, that's going to be a 9. That's as much vapor as I've gotten out of a PG juice with a 901 on pass-through. I imagine if you jacked 6 volts into this thing, you'd probably have turned fan on so you could find the camera. So the vapor production is about a 9. Overall, I'm going to give this juice about an 8.5. I would have given it a 9, and it probably would have deserved a 9 if the blueberry had been a little stronger, but I wouldn't want anything to interfere with the cheesecake. The cheesecake is so good. But to be fair, it's blueberry cheesecake, and the blueberry is in the back of the bus somewhere squeaking and no one can hear it. This was 18 milligram for anyone who cares. This was because the flavor, really 18 is going to probably have stronger flavor than some of the higher nicotine contents, or so they tell me. I haven't noticed that until you get to 36, and then it's, well, after the first couple of puffs, you forget what you're vaping and just concentrate on more nicotine. But this was 18 milligram. It's really very good. And it's another winner from My Freedom Smokes. He makes his own juice. Mixes his own. That's what they tell me. That's what he tells me. And it tastes like it's the truth. So overall, about an 8.5. It's really, really good juice. You need to go straight out and get yourself at least a 55-gallon drum of this, and a car battery, and an electric heater, and make like a really, really big PB so you can, you know, have fun. Anyhow, that was My Freedom Smokes Blueberry Cheesecake, 18 milligram, and it is available at myfreedomsmokes.com. Thanks for watching.